250 Gemstones culture represents a nation of people that strive for excellence and greatness every single day. We are more than journalism. We are a revolution. Come on, let's kick this door down and let everybody know we up in here. Welcome to the 250 Gemstones News TV channel. I'm your host, Michael T. Porter, and I'm bringing the news to your ass like no other. This is a channel that represents a nation of people that strive for excellence and greatness every single day. I have another bomb news segment for you. But before I begin, y'all hit that like button, subscribe button, and share button. Hit that notification bell so you know when I'm dropping. Also, if you'd like to support the channel, Cash App $Michael US. Also, check out my Spotify podcast, the 250 Gemstones Culture Podcast. Link is in the description. Y'all stay and watch the whole video. We need to talk. This is a horrible piece of trash. This woman here is probably one of the worst of the worst. Mother beats her blind child until he's no longer alive and then throws his little body in the freezer. I got a video I want to play for y'all, and I'm going to be right back with you to give you my opinion. Let's go.
If they would have fought.
A local grandmother comes forward and breaks her silence after her grandson is abused.
And I just feel like if they would have followed through with what they said they were going to do, I feel my personal opinion that Chase would be alive today.
A story that grabbed national headlines at the time. A local mother charged with murder after police find her son's body in a freezer.
Yeah, new tonight, another family comes forward saying their child was also abused by that mother, Ajurde France. It happened when he visited her home, and authorities made some huge mistakes in handling their case. So let's bring in Local 4 investigator Karen Drew, because she has the exclusive, Karen.
Yeah, Kim and Devin, this is all about accountability. Why wasn't more done? Tonight, we tracked down another victim of Ajurde France. Police and prosecutors and family confirmed this child was abused by the Detroit mother back in 2018 when he was just 2 years old and was visiting France's home. The reason why this story is so important is if authorities would have handled that case the right way, there's a chance France's son Chase would not be dead.
He was beat up pretty bad, like black eyes, wounds all on his private area, and he was hurting.
That's how Patricia Davis remembers what her grandson looked like when she picked him up back in 2018 after he spent some time at the home of Ajurde France. She says he was soaked in urine.
So I had picked him up to put him in her mom's tub to wash him, but when I went to pick him up, he started screaming and crying like you gasping for air.
The boy was brought to the hospital. Sources telling me CPS as well as Detroit police were involved, and the case eventually ended up in court.
I remember the lawyer stating to us that she was going to lose her children and that she will begin locked up for her crimes.
We've learned France was charged with third-degree child abuse, later reduced to fourth-degree child abuse, and only served 2 years probation. Her children were returned to her.
And I just feel like if they would have followed through with what they said they were going to do, I feel my personal opinion that Chase would be alive today. I blame them because they had the upper hand. Meaning protective services, because the judge is going to react off the notes.
Now, I did reach out to the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office on how could this mother only get 2 years probation. I was told in a statement France had no prior criminal history, no CPS history prior to 2018. Now, the offer made at the time also took into account the severity of the injuries to the child and that France would have no further contact with the victim. I posted the full statement from the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office on ClickOn. Meantime, Child Protective Services. Kim and Devin, that's the question. What is going on? I did ask the department today. I got a familiar response. They can't discuss specifics of CPS cases. I can't tell you how much this infuriates me.
Well, that's a problem because CPS often use, we can't discuss this because it involves the safety of a child.
Right.
And we hear that, you hear that.
Right, and I respect a child's privacy. We don't necessarily are saying that we have to share someone's name, but there's so much more they can do to be transparent. They can talk about how many times they visit the home.
Sure.
What was the reaction? What was the follow-up? What about these agents? Are they being held accountable? I mean, I have to tell you, in all these years, I have not received more CPS complaints to our newsroom than ever, and 2 of them are children who are dead.
And this is the kind of lack
and we
of
can't speak about it. Do not worry, I'm on it. That's not a good enough answer.
Okay, thanks, Karen.
Would y'all like my opinion? Would y'all like some of this 250 Gemstones news TV commentary? Well, of course you do. That's why your ass is here. First off, before we get to the mother and grandmother, we got check out and scrutinize the Child Protective Services. Child Protective Services have become such a joke, and now that I've gotten a little bit older, looking at the history of the Child Protective Services and these agencies that deal with children, they're absolutely horrific. They're absolutely terrifying. They're unorganized. They lack compassion. They lack guidance. They lack direction, and most importantly, they lack accountability. As you can see, the news anchor tried to get, when she started asking real questions, that's just like in life. When you start asking a mofo about some real shit that's going on, they always seem to no comment right now. Oh, unable to come to the camera or come to the phone. How you not able to come to the phone? Everybody got a cell phone. Every time the news anchor tried to pry open and get to the meat and potatoes of what's really going on, get to the heart of what's going on with these Child Protective Services, everybody disappear. These are youngsters' lives. That's why I hope and I pray that children, if you're poor-minded, poor in spirit, poor in the mind, poor in the emotions, if you're poor in the basic aspects of what it means to be a human being, please don't bring children to this world, because all you're gonna do is push your demonic, low life, depressing, frustrated spirit onto the child. And this is a child, I don't know how she did this to her own child, but she's just a sick person. And the CPS, the judges need to be investigated. Not only the agencies, the judges too. That judge need to be investigated. She didn't get any time. It's just this. It was very, 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 very poorly mishandled. Very, very. I don't know why I keep doubling up on my words. Think about that. Let me really get into this bag. The grandmother. Now the grandmother did call the police on her child, so I really can't blame the grandmother. So the grandmother brought the child to the emergency room, but it's like she's saying this girl had depression, postpartum depression, and all this stuff. But it's like still like I've been depressed. I felt like it's hopeless. I never had the urge to go hit a child or do something mean to anybody. I'm just hoping and praying that I get out the situation. But I guess everybody handles their demons differently. The grandmother, I'm like, I don't know what's going on in that household. I don't know if the mom allowed somebody to do something to her daughter when she was little. I don't know. But the grandmother, I can't even, because usually it starts in the household, but she called the police. She took her grandson to the emergency room, so I'm not sure. Now, this piece of trash mother, there is a lot of mental illness. And you know what? I want to know what y'all think. I think a lot of the mental illness is coming from the chemicals they put in the food. Y'all know they have chemicals that can enhance the hormones in whatever gender that they want. So, meaning if men have more testosterone, and what they're doing, I'm hearing that they're putting chemicals in the food. So when men eat the food, wherever food it is, say it's like a bag of chips, a bag of Fritos. Not saying Fritos, y'all doing it. I want y'all suing me. I got to get my money. But if it's a bag of Fritos, when a man eats it, because the amount of testosterone in his body, that the chemical that's in it is gonna decrease his testosterone. Did y'all hear about that? And then when women eat that same chip, it's going to increase her testosterone. So it's throwing off the hormone balance. It's just crazy. And I'm thinking if the food can cause cancer, if the food can alter testosterone and estrogen levels, if the food can make you go blind, if the food can cause dementia, why wouldn't it? If it can cause dementia, why wouldn't the food? So I think a big part is food, but I think even bigger part, the lack of God, the lack of humanity, the lack of love. This world, it could be very cruel, but it could be very beautiful. But beauty, there's no limit to beauty. So there's always room for improvement. There's always room to be great. There's always room to get more money. There's always room to become a better person and work on your characteristics. There's always room to grow. And it's sad that this woman didn't have these concepts. That's why I pushed this channel, so somebody that's going through it. I've been through it all, most of it, baby. I ain't gonna say all, but I've been through most of it. And you got to have God, Jesus, the Spirit, and the Bible in your life. And at the end of the day, you can have all that in your life. If you're not willing to make that change and grow and understand how precious and how beautiful you are as a person, because God made you, you will be forever in this dark world. And this world is brief. This world is brief. But y'all flood my comments. What do y'all think about this mother beating her son to death and then tossed him in the freezer? 250 capital G News. I'm gone.